Okay, so this is the latest update on my final project for my course Comp 306 C++ for Programmers, in where I'm building an Alice in Wonderland text-based adventure game. I've had a lot of issues, a lot of compiler errors that I've painstakingly went through to get rid of, and then I've had runtime errors, and I'm still going to have lots, but this is just the latest update. So when I run the code now, we go through our main method, and then we show intro, which is just this little introductory message indicating what the game is, and then we have a continuous loop. Obviously, do while loop would not normally be printed out. That's for debugging purposes. So then I can go I could go north, and then a lot of stuff's happening. Basically, some text. A lot of this is just debug code, but basically some text excerpts would from the novel would be output, and it would ask me if I want to enter a riddle. Where am I right now? Well, I'm in a river. You are in a river. This text would actually be printed out beyond just the regular debugging code. So I'm in the river, which is of no value. I could take the riddle. Do I want to answer? Do I want to hear a riddle? Yes, sure. How far down is the center of the Earth? I don't know. 4,000 miles. I do know. Congratulations, you're correct. And then there's nothing else to do in the river. I can go west, but I'm just still in the river, indicated by this. I could go east. I'll still be in the river. Still in the river. I believe I'm still in the river. Let me just double check. It's been a while. Yep, still in the river. Oh, I was in the river. Did I want to hear a riddle? No. Still in the river. I could go north. I'll still be in the river. And again, you're still in the river. And no. So basically, I have to go south to get back onto the land. So now I'm on the riverbank where I started. I output some narrative text, so this text would be actually output to the screen. Alice was beginning to, Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into a book, blah, 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 right? But then she's seen a large rabbit go under a hedge. So at that point, I should follow the rabbit. So I would go east. But before I actually go east, I could look around and see what is immediately in my location. It seems there's a couple things in my location. Items in location? Well, just one thing actually. A jar. A glass jar. So I can take the jar. So I can finally take the jar. All the rest of this is just debugging code. But this is what we're important. Take the jar. That's great. So now if I can drop the jar. It allows me to drop the jar. I'm going to take the jar again. And then I'm going to go, let's see, south. Down the rabbit hole. And again, I went south. And I'm now going to output some narrative text down the rabbit hole. I can look around, see where I am. There's nothing here. Go south again. Oh, no exit that way. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. Oh, I never went east. Sorry. I was in the riverbank. There's no exit south. That's why I stay in the same spot. Sorry, east to go to the rabbit hole. And then some output text would be output on the screen. The rabbit hole went straight down a tunnel, blah, blah. She fell for a while. I must be getting close to the center of the earth. Which, I could answer yes to a riddle, but I don't want to right now, so no. Anyway, I can look around and see what's here. There's an orange marmalade jar, a cupboard, that sort of thing. That's fine. I'm just going to keep going south. And now I'm somewhere else. I'm into a great hall. She found herself in a long bow hall. Do I want to hear a riddle? Nah. No thanks. So, now, if I look around, I see that there's the items in the location, because I'm in Twig Landing, I guess. The items in the location are a carrot, a big juicy orange vegetable, and if I look in my inventory, I have a jar, a glass jar. That's what I have in my inventory. I also could have just pressed inventory or spelt it out, but So I have a glass jar, and we know in the location there's a carrot. So if I theoretically if I drop jar, now jar is dropped. Now if I look, I can see that there's two items in the location. Items in location are a carrot and a jar, and I should be able to pick carrot. Oh, pick. I think it's pick up actually. Okay, take. Get carrot. I'm just gonna say get. I'd have to look at uh, my verbs. Get carrot. Get is not a known verb. You know what? Take carrot until I look at the verb list. Carrot taken. Now if I look, only a glass jar is left in the location. And if I look in my inventory, I have a carrot. So far that seems to be working. And if I click show, some excerpts. So I haven't really went beyond this point yet. I was just more or less trying to get the item transfer process working, which ended up being an issue with. Where am I? It ended up being an issue with my. After there's a few issues. I've been working on it diligently, but there ended up being some dangling pointers when I'm transferring items. I was because went back and forth between changing method signatures to include references, to include taking in pointers as opposed to the objects by value and all this sort of thing. So I've had to go back and forth. Basically, this all resulted from when I made this code originally, almost 2 months ago. I had done it after following a Udemy course, at which point I had went through the section on raw pointers and smart pointers, and at the start I think I had used a lot of smart pointers, so make unique pointer methods and made some unique pointers, simply for the fact that in the course it says if you're doing modern C++, you really shouldn't be using raw pointers, simply for the fact that you'll have a lot of memory leaks. The memory allocation is up to you as far as if you dynamically create something on the heap using the new operator, you have to delete it. So the smart pointer takes care of that for you under the hood. So I had done that, but at one point, I had so many compiler errors, and all my errors seemed to be about constness, like what was const and passing references. So I kind of went through my code, and argument that this wasn't very good, and took away const and references a lot of places. Even things like where I was passing a string into a method, which typically would be passed by const reference if you're not changing the string, simply for efficiency, if nothing else. Just so that you pass a reference to the string, which is a character array under the hood. But I took away that because I was just trying to get rid of the const errors so I could really sort out the compiler code. Errors, rather. But as a result, I changed the code a lot. I took away smart pointers. I've started now to add raw pointers. And at this point, with my final exam scheduled for February 28th, because I have to take it because my course contract date is over, I don't have time to go back and likely move things for smart pointers. So I just got to find out where these memory leaks are. I've got to Control F throughout my code, find out wherever I've used new and dynamically created dynamically allocated memory on the heap and created a pointer. I need to find that, make sure I'm properly deleting it. It's painstaking, but that's where I am so far in the code. So right now, take jar works, jar's taken. Now if I look around, there should be no items in the inventory. Look, there's nothing here, but my inventory should have both things, and I should be able to drop both things. Carrot, drop carrot, carrot's dropped, and put jar. Jar's dropped, and now my inventory should be empty. There's nothing here, and look, both things should be there. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll keep working on this and see what's going on. But again, that's where I'm at so far. Things seem to be working a little better, but I'm sure there's more problems along the way, especially considering I haven't got to the actual putting in all the excerpts and the riddles fully because I've wasted so much time on just getting the code working that I have a templated final project at this point where, I have a lot of things saying, hey, insert chapter excerpts here, which I actually have to go through the book. I've got a copy of the Glutenberg Project, which is the Alice in Wonderland textbook for free online, but I actually have to go through it and grab excerpts for the different chapters and keep adding the items and go through the ideas of what I was planning originally putting in the game before I got sidetracked. Like I have dynamic characters I want to add, like the rabbit and things. So there's still work to do, but I'm one step closer. If this was a week ago, I'd be happy because I'd have time. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of time on my hands right now. But anyway, that's the situation.